Abraham stepped out, child of Abraham. He stepped out. You have to step out. David had to step out to fight Goliath. Elijah had to step out to fight Baal. Esther had to step out to become who she was. The disciples had to step out. Peter had to step out of the boat. That's a child of Abraham. There's a power you've got in stepping out, because when you're stepping out, you're joined to Abraham. And there's a power stepping out. God calls you. Some things are not going to happen until you step out like Abraham. Step out. We had for me to say yes to ministry, there was nothing back then. I was asked to lead this. It was a group of people, small thing, didn't really have much to support, and I had to just step out on faith, but God said step out. To get a building way over our heads, the first one, we had to step out in faith. I had a friend who stepped out to go to Bible school, but he had no money. And he packed his bags, and his parents are watching, saying, "What are you doing?" And they weren't believers. And he had packed his bag. It was the day to go, but he had no money, so he just waited at his house. He said, "Let me go next door." It was a pastor's. Let me say goodbye to him. Say goodbye. The pastor said, "By the way, we took him an offering. This is for you." That was it. He had to step out before he saw it. The priest had to step into the Jordan before they saw it go open. You need to step out. Richard Wurmbrand, who was in prison for his faith, he was at a congress where the communists said all the pastors and priests and rabbis, they have to praise the communist government. And his wife says, "You better go up there and wipe this shame away from the face of Messiah." He gets up, he says, "If I do that, you're going to lose your husband." He says, "Well, I don't need to be married to a coward." So he goes up and he does it. And it goes all over Romania on the radio. And soon after that, he is taken away, put in prison. But it was by being in prison that his life was fulfilled. He became the leader of the ministry to touch the world, to touch all the persecuted believers. It happened because he stepped out. In some way or another, a child of God has to step out. You want to fulfill your calling, you have to step out on faith into the purpose of God. Against fear.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA.